Gegodin Tike, nobody if this bishop from Benue State, yeah, Bishop of Makurdi, Neku, Makife Neme, na Benue State. The agenda of those that is committing these atrocities, that doing this ethnic cleansing and genocide in Benue State, because the bishop eburugo the matter, bopia na international community, which na mo amapa, only if you because all of them knows what's up. They know what is going on in this country, Nigeria. Even now in West is so cool. Of course, so is something cinema from them in Africa. I don't know if you get my point. Man, I'm going to even bishop on it because after I go on my week here. You got an iPhone my back, and in guy make that no God or any spirit somewhere to save you and I. I'm not clear now because when we can put no God or any spirit to any animal anywhere they save you and I apart from human being. Wash from the bishop.
Upcoming violence, and the leaders called the police for defense ahead of time, but they did not come, and the Christian massacres, almost customary, took place, killing hundreds in Plateau and Benue, with the worst massacre claiming 47 people. The militants also burned down the 8 Catholic churches of St. Mary's Parish in the Diocese of Boko, and which in Benue State, as well as the parish house, clinics, schools, and other houses. The militant Fulani hɛrdsmến bear on defenseless villagers without consequences. They follow orders to conquer, kill, and occupy. They attack even those who have managed to escape into our IDP camps. Thereby, they have no place to run to. And it is unfortunate that the police system in Nigeria, orders have to come from above. And such, the ones they call, and they said they have never responded. And by the time they arrive, these people have left, and the people are now living in the pool of their blood. What I have recounted above is happening not only in Benue State. I believe our experience in Benue is symptomatic of what is happening elsewhere in large parts of Nigeria. The experience of the Nigerian Christians today can be summed up as that of a church under Islamist extermination. It is frightening to live there. Apart from the violent campaigns and attacks against Christian villages, there are now attempts by the Islamic Council of Nigeria and various Islamic groups to impose Sharia law on the Christian populations. Already, 12 states in the north of Nigeria are under this sectarian religious law, and attempts to extend the same to the south of Nigeria, which they have started. This month, governors in the north decided appropriately to close all schools and education institutions during the months of Ramadan, leaving millions of students without learning opportunity for 5 weeks. We live in fear because at any point it can be our turn to be killed, but to remain silent is to die twice. So, I have chosen to speak. I speak on behalf of the millions who are in the camps. In Benue State, in Makurdi Diocese alone, in my diocese, I have about 9 camps. 9. On the 5th of March, which was Ash Wednesday, we visited one of the camps, and many of my priests and religious went to the other camps, distributed them to begin the Ash Wednesday with the faithful who are there, because we are the voice of the voiceless. We have to talk for the defenseless. We have to talk about the weak and those who cannot talk about themselves. In one of the camps called the Mega Camp, there were over 3,000 inmates of that camp, and which was a record given to us by government. I speak on behalf of them and those children who have no husband, who have no father, and even their own voices taken away by the politicians who promised to help them, but have become the willing tools of the jihadists because they are talking politically correct statements, looking for next elections to come. I speak on behalf of those whose loved ones have been killed, but no one has even offered a word of consolation to them. I speak on behalf of the thousands of young girls who have been adopted and raped because no one, not even the media, mentions them anymore. Foremost, I speak on behalf of my flock who are unable to worship freely and unable to return to their ancestral farms and homes because that land has been ruthlessly taken from them by the armed hɛrdsmến. And where they say they want to live in peace with the natives, if you must farm, you have to pay tax. To hire the land which belongs to you. That is slavery, to say the least about it. As prosperous Nigeria is in the African continent, and I tell you, if there's outbreak of war in Nigeria, No country around us, Chad, Niger, Ghana, Guinea, Togo, no country can contain the population that will flee to these places. No country can be able to house over 5 million refugees. It's not possible because of that. And if 1 million refugees run to Chad and Niger, they'll collapse that country because there'll be no plan to take care of them. So we have to be very careful. Today, I urge you all to use every means within your mandate to start developing a strong and good relationship with Nigeria, where you know that when you speak of human dignity, you are also speaking of the same God-given right you believe is unalienable. Consider that Nigeria can be your ally, but it cannot be one where half the population is in the process of being murderously eliminated. Work with us, the churches, and other Nigerians of goodwill. We are working for a peaceful and prosperous society, and our desperate plight has been set aside U.S. policy for too long, to the cost of thousands of lives. Concretely, I request and I plead, I ask you to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. This has both a practical and diplomatic meaning to signal that you are paying attention to what happens to us and elsewhere in the world, because the policies the government is trying to put in place so that to return the IDPs, build camps for them, relocate them from their homes, it is not durable and it will not work. Okay. Because the government has already the population that is not able to take care of. And then you have over millions of people in the camps and you want to relocate them to where? And if you do, let's take that you do. How many houses or rooms will you give me who has 5 children, another one has 3, another one has 2? And what will I be doing for a living? These people previously never begged anybody for food. They were managing their lives, training their children, and building their homes. So nobody should have deceived also the guys that you're going to resettle the IDPs. They have no jobs. So where you set them, what will be their place? And by the way, the fundamental question remains, if you resettle them to other camps or build places for them, what happens to their ancestral lands? Who takes care of them? And this is whereby I feel the government is complicit on this issue. Because these terrorists, Fulanis, displace them, kill people, and then occupy the place, and then change names, nomenclatures of these towns. For what reason?
Now, one negament in go if any bishop of Makurdi Pulaiba, if leave the gossip table the issue. If about reality. Ndana abata, ya people born on their houses down, chase far away, bagaria their town alpha. So they are coming to occupy. About the safe na abia safe or abecha no ana no abata, a bootsy and the mud, occupy ya, change that town, the name, my name on the government. Kediki si Icheazoni Boketanas, destiny name na benue no mamu na Igbo. Iche no nwere some town na Igbo today about insecurity. Do you think so? Go and ask question. Ka agbaghe man na akpọwazu afa ebe because oya agba akpọcha afa ebe unu pụta na akọfusi akụkọ. Nwanne m na-ege m ntị. O nwere any God or any Jesus or any spirit or any agbara ga-esave mụ na gị na-abụ. Akwụkwọ Foketa ka o si lejie na Benue State. Even the bishop no nwe run otu human being international gini community ka fa bịa nyele ndị Benue State aka. Ekpetere na ekpele anọt akwụtara ya n'ihu groto, ekpetere na chaperate, emetere na fasting and prayer. And anybody nọ na this critical time mụ na-agba gị no ekpele ga-solve the problem of Benue people, is just deceiving you. Ekpela ga-ekwechi AK-47. Ka ekpela ga-ekwechi ka fire bụ fuel akpanyere matches happy in born on the mud. The area we all stand up and start facing these people, the better for you and I. Onwele any more na-eche gị, onwele any more no somewhere na-eche maka ọdịmma gị. They supposedly protect Monagana secure Monagana government, but these people failed us because they are benefiting from all this thing that is happening in this country called Nigeria. That is why they are not doing anything. That is why they are not doing anything. And now going to any family of any politician on Nigeria today, fast from Monagana on this country, all of them are abroad. So the agony and the pain and this atrocity na eme n'obodo and that ga-adị care to solve it. ka ekwesịrị ka ọ dị possible Nnamdi Kanu ekwugo ife a na ndị a na-abịa but anyị nche na-eji akịrịka wee rụchisi ntị anyị. Look at what is going on today. Aka jikwa ya bụ nwa amadi bụ Nnamdi Kanu. Come today, come tomorrow. Onwebere ife ama a na-akọ akụkọta n'elu akọwa n'ala. Kedu ife na-ese na ọ sị na ebe ọ bụ dat na Naijiria enwere ike iprotect nwe anyị nwa bụ ndị Igbo na ọ karịrị ya mma na o kwururu okwu nwere onwe. Akwa okwu nwere onwe a ka o kwubere kịta wee jide ya. Likewise ihe mere n'oge Biafran War and Nigeria. Akwadisi m okwu. Ojukwu ekwurukwe na a ga-eke Nigeria. Ojukwu ekwerekwe na ife na-anụ maka Aburi Accord. Ojukwu ekwurukwe ebe afọ na anata na a ga-eke Nigeria. N'ọka azọwakwa Nigeria. Mana ka every state nọ na this country dị independent, manage their resources, manage their security, manage their affairs, ma onye ọbụla n'ọrụ onwe ya. Mana ka a na-azọkwa Nigeria. Etu a United States dị, etu a UK dị, United Kingdom dị. Gowon wee bata wee chigharịa ife niile, kpọrọ ife niile isi n'ala. Ọnya kpatara eji wee mee vidio mme before wee na-agwa gị na Gowon bụ the architect of the problem of Nigeria today. Because had it been not subscribe to agreement ya na Ojukwu, Nigeria ama nọ na condition on today. I'm just being honest with you. If you don't know about it, go and read about the history and what caused the war. Because Obodo Ojukwu caused the war. Lap for the propaganda fabu akpagara na Nigeria. I'm being honest with you. Ikenekwe gị nwanne nne gị m ntị, mana nka believe na this country a mụ na gị na-abụ na ọ ga-adị mma. Keep dreaming. Kemesian.